If you've already watched this video, consider this one an improved, updated, and just better version of that. The city of Vansterdam actually has a lot more real-life spots than you think. They have packed a bunch of real-life locations in here, and today we are going to check out and skate some of the ones that I personally recognize and some of the spots that I frequent quite a lot on this map. So let's kick things off with probably one of the cities that has been represented the most in this game, San Francisco. This is 3rd in Army, but you possibly might know it better as 2nd in Navy, which is what it was called in Skate 3. This is a much looser interpretation of the real life spot. I think the Skate 3 version had a more kind of realistic version of it, but this one still features all the iconic elements of that spot. We have the curved ledges, we have the mani pads, and we have the little kind of transition spots as well. They've got all the essential things that you need for a good 3rd in Army spot. This is one of the spots I find myself skating the most in San Vansterdam because there's just so many line opportunities and just going back and forth is really fun. Alright, and if we continue heading up the promenade and like by the coast of the city, we'll come across some more very recognizable San Francisco skate spots as well. These ones are kind of darted about along the coast, but I'm of course talking about these right here, the bay block ledges. I love that they even kept the design of like the kind of tiled stripe going down the middle. It looks so cool. Okay, now sticking on the promenade, we have another San Francisco spot. This is Pier 7. Of course, some of the best mani pads in San Francisco. Plenty of sick tricks have went down here. And I like this because they pretty much haven't changed too much. Like, the general kind of layout is here. Apart from it's much more modern looking and a lot cleaner, I guess. But I do love that they included these. Alright, now let's make our way to another iconic San Francisco skate spot, and one that is also featured in another skateboarding game. It was in the first Skate, and potentially the second, but I don't actually remember. I know it was in the first game for sure, and that is Hubba Hideout. I think it's pretty instantly recognizable because of these hubbas. I mean, that's exactly what Hubba Hideout is known for, and what really sold it for me is the way the top of the ledge actually overhangs on the inside. That's exactly the same design as Hubba Hideout had. It has the essential things there, which are the hubbas. So let's see if we can actually get something on this. Nice kickflip nose slide. Nice nollie tail slide. Alright, I'll take that. That was pretty nice. Okay, for our final San Francisco spot, we are much deeper into the city and we are heading up here. And just down here, squeezed into this location, is China Banks. This obviously isn't so much China Banks as much as it is like a China mini ramp. The real China Banks are very, very steep banks that are quite difficult to skate. These are more like quarter pipes, so it kind of skates more like a mini ramp. Okay, now we're moving on to New York spots, and we got a real legendary one to start off with here. You'll recognize it straight away. It is, of course, the Brooklyn Banks. Not only a legendary skate spot, but also kind of a new skate spot, I suppose, because it's just recently been reopened and kind of rebuilt with skateboarders in mind. Now, the Brooklyn Banks, you may also know as the Brooklyn Banks, which is what they were called in Skate 3, so they have obviously come up in other skate games as well. Hit this frontside one. I love that, man. It's so much fun. Okay, it was a little sketchy, but I'll take a tray flip feeble. Okay, and for our next New York spot, we actually don't need to go very far. If we just head right over here, you can see it in the distance. It's very recognizable. This is the pyramid ledges. Of course, they took a lot of kind of creative liberties when they designed these. They do look pretty different to the real place, but there is a lot of similarities as well. The pyramid ledge is there. We got a slightly different setup here, and then we have a slightly different setup there. So you have like 3 different types of pyramid ledges to skate. Nice half-cat flip. Let's even pop into a Manny and then gap into nose Manny. Slow nollie heel out. And then we have this side, which I suppose is a little more traditional with the setup because we can just hit both of them like a ledge. Okay, now keeping it New York, but we are going up now. So let's climb up to the top of the bridge here. But right here, we have the High Line Bridge. Basically, it is a repurposed old railway bridge that has been pedestrianized, and it's now like a nice little kind of park walkway bridge thing. Okay, so this next one isn't exactly a real location, but it is instead a real event. This is an event that is put on in Montreal, and I'm actually so stoked to see this in the game. It actually fits really well into skate, and this is the Dime Glory Challenge. If you're a real skater, you probably already know what the Dime Glory Challenge is, but if you're not, you might not know about it. Basically, it's an event that's put on in Montreal by Dime. It's basically about building the biggest, wackiest obstacles. They just keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and skaters just throw themselves at these obstacles just trying to land a trick. It's so cool. Definitely recommend looking up some videos on Thrasher of the Dime Glory Challenge. It's definitely worth watching. But believe it or not, all of these are real. So this one looks a little bit more believable, and even this one looks pretty believable. You know, it's not that big, but then you look at this thing and you think there's no way someone's actually skating that in real life. Well, people have, and it's a real thing. This big volcano ramp is also a real thing, and they did actually have lava kind of spitting out of it. So we actually have a few different obstacles from different Dime Glory challenges. So the big sword here is from, I believe, 2018. See, you might come across this and think that it's a little bit crazy and that it's not, you know, definitely not a real thing, but yeah, you'd be surprised that it actually is. Now we have parts here from the 2022 Dime Glory challenge, such as these gigantic bump to bars. Let's just get a back 3. Nice. And then we're gonna hit the slightly bigger one. Get a big kickflip. Very nice, and I think we're going to need a lot more speed to get this one, because this one is quite tall. Alright, nice. Another big kickflip, but we'll take it. Big tray flip, maybe? Oh yeah, we got that one, no problem. Nice. And we definitely do not have enough speed for this one. Get some pump action on. There we go. Okay, and then for this big one, we're going to need to go all the way up here because we really need a good bit of rolling for this. And we're going to have to try and get ourselves lined up perfectly to the red rail. Let's see. Oh, first try. Easy. Nice. I love that they included this because it's actually fits so well into skate. And I think that we're going to see more collaborations with other skate competitions, maybe SLS, maybe the Olympics or something even. I can definitely see that happening because this is a community park, which means that this is a limited time thing. If this is what they're starting off with, I'm really excited to see what other competitions they're going to collaborate with in the future. Alright, well that is it for all the real life locations and all the real life spots that I have found so far in Vansterdam. Let me know what spots you want to see added, because of course one of the things about this game is they do plan on adding more spots. But other than that, guys, that is going to do it for the day. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.